So what comes to mind when you think about China? Is it maybe cities like Shanghai, Beijing? Is it maybe some other stuff you've heard in the media? Thinking of China, the biggest production hub in the world. Most of the things you have been made there. But I gotta tell you, when I was going to the city of Shenzhen, I was not ready to find one of the most futuristic, almost science fiction-like landscapes I've ever seen. From the skyscrapers, different hotels, but also wandering into a bit more local areas to see how the people live, what they eat. Actually, I stumbled into the largest electronics market in the world. So today I wanna take you with me on the full experience. So let me know, have you been to Shenzhen? Have you heard of it? Well, after this video, I think you will have a bit of a better idea. So join me on the full Shenzhen experience. We are in Shenzhen, China. Not that many people might have heard about it, but if you look at the back of the labels of many products that you might be actually using, you might see Shenzhen, Guangzhou. So we are right now in one of the biggest provinces in China, in the Guangdong province. And this city is very famous for being pretty much a technological innovation hub. A lot of electronics, but really everything comes from here. From development to production to manufacturing, everything. Shenzhen really exploded over the last pretty much 20 years. Before that, it was just a small town, not much was happening here. And in the last 20 years, both the population as well as you see behind me, all of this has been built maybe 10 years ago, 15, 5. Construction is continuing, and the city sprawled into pretty much a mega city of 17 million people, actually even a bit more than that. And so today I want to take you along, explore it a bit, see what's going on, maybe buy some tech, we'll see. And honestly, the first thing that I took the ferry actually from Hong Kong to get here. This is pretty much the closest city on Chinese mainland you can get to, because if you have like a visa, you can go from Hong Kong with the train, but actually here they offer a visa on arrival. So I was like, oh, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, that is the plan right now. I think Guangzhou is a little bit older, but when I arrived here, the first impression was like, wow, is this maybe one new neighborhood? And then I looked it up and you realize that pretty much every neighborhood is a new neighborhood. There's huge skyscrapers sprawling from the ground. Pretty much you see a construction a month later, it's finished, and they have some amazing hotels. I'm gonna show you that as well. But for now, let's take a little tour. I also have my Lisa on board. Come. How are you feeling? How are you first time in China?
Yeah, it's much different than I expected. And it's much more futuristic, like really futuristic, really another world.
Yeah, we've been to Hong Kong 2 times actually.
Yeah,
now we
it's
how you doing?
You send videos on Bilibili.
I do it on YouTube, but some people re-upload it on Bilibili actually.
Yeah, I saw your videos.
You saw my videos?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm Danny.
Can I take a photo?
Sure. What's your name?
Camilo.
Tamino?
Yeah.
Nice, all right.
Thank you.
Okay guys, and real quick, to make sure you have a good time when you travel China, or really anywhere. Last time I was in Shanghai, the cost for a SIM card at the airport was honestly, it was a shame. So to make sure you avoid overpaying for roaming and you stay always connected when on the road, this is where Saily, today's video sponsor, comes in. So with an eSIM, basically you download the Saily app, you choose the country you're going to, and you can buy a data plan. It's super simple, it takes a couple of minutes, and when you land, you're right away going to be connected. It's an absolute essential when you want to order a taxi, orient yourself on maps. Many times I've noticed, especially if it's for a short trip in one of the more expensive countries, Saily is so much more affordable. So let me show you real quick how that works. You open the app, you choose the country you go to, how many days, boom, you go to checkout, and then You type in my discount code DannyDev is gonna give you 15% off any of their data plans to make it even a bit more affordable. And the moment you touch down in the country, you don't need to stand in line to get an eSIM, you don't need to overpay for roaming, but you're connected right away. It's such a game changer. You can get it for a specific country you're going to, like for example China, or a regional plan if you're bouncing around different countries. Another really cool thing is that you only need to install the eSIM once, and then you can buy different data plans for the different countries or region, and you don't have to reinstall eSIMs. So check out Saily right now. I will leave the link down below, or scan the QR code, download the app, and with my discount code DannyDev makes it even a bit more affordable, an absolute essential tool when traveling. Always connected, much more affordable. Check out Saily, first link in the description box. And about that, so tons of big buildings everywhere. Here's a huge mall. Look, they have an IMAX. And actually, I think we could be actually able to go and watch something, because here in China they don't translate movies, they just put subtitles under it. And let's see, tomorrow we're going to be actually moving to a different neighborhood, so this time really going to get the chance. I think 4 full days in Shenzhen is the mission. Ooh, I have to tell you, being in a city like Shenzhen right now, you're just thinking, what is going on in China? Like this place right now, yes, it is the city center, but it's like all around me there's something huge. Like they're really not playing it small in terms of their infrastructure, and most of it, I gotta say, looks really cool. I mean, these buildings, yeah, like it's an okay condo, it's probably one of the older developments, but next to that, basically one spaceship after the next. And what you also really realize is the Chinese, they like to have a good time. Like there's some kinds of attractions everywhere, lots of children, family, little shops everywhere. Everything is alive, everything is busy, and the vibe on the street, like in terms of obviously like just comfort and safety, China is more open than it ever has been to tourism, which is what's, for me back in the day, you have to get like a complicated visa. Now popping in for the second time this year already. And Shenzhen, honestly, with the close proximity to Hong Kong so far, is actually for me kind of like the most livable, interesting city if I would have a reason to spend more time here. And it's almost like a lot of people come here because they're developing something, be it some type of technology. There's all the factories there, all kinds of guys that are doing business, selling products, be it any type of e-commerce. It usually brings you to these places. And then if you haven't your like Alipay figured out, if you haven't figured out your data, your VPN, it might be a bit complicated to be around here. But once all of that is sorted, it's actually very comfy to be on the ground. But compared to more touristy places, even Hong Kong, I find it more interesting than Hong Kong. I just do. Some people might not understand it, because Hong Kong in some ways has a bit more like the history, recent history is very rich, and you see a lot of that. The city is much older, but here you see the real life. You see how people are living, you see the development of China. And a very common thing you're gonna see is cars inside of malls. Of course they have that everywhere, but in China pretty much any mall you pop into, even like phone manufacturers like Xiaomi, even they have their own cars. So here we're seeing like a more older neighborhood of Shenzhen, condos. And another thing that I love, that is quite nice, you get so much more for your money on China mainland. Of course, cities like Shanghai are a bit more expensive, but compared to Hong Kong, they're still pretty cheap. Compared to Western cities, they're very cheap. Like Hong Kong is kind of like, I would say, Western level accommodation, maybe even a bit more. So that's what I mean, is the architecture really has some art to it. I mentioned it in previous videos. For some people it's like, oh, it's man-made, it's buildings, but I think it's quite fascinating what humans can achieve within a fairly short time. And already compared to most Chinese cities, you definitely do see more Westerners here. Just walking through, saw a good bunch, but still, like I said, what I like the most is that here you see how Chinese people live in a really modern city and setting. And I gotta say, I have to keep saying, Shenzhen keeps blowing you away a little bit with the dimensions, with the amount of people. Here you can imagine how the number a billion happens. Around here is maybe just a million around me right now, but people are out and enjoying. It's weekend right now. I'm sure during the week is a bit more quiet. Options. So it almost makes you think like a lot of legendary Western cities, be it New York, be it Paris, they all had a golden era. And now, I like New York. LA not so much. The golden eras are over in some ways, in terms of there was a lot of growth, there was a lot of optimism, you felt things changing, opportunity being in the air. And that's what I actually feel around here. Like, of course, China, depending where you are, is very different, but Shenzhen is truly one of those cities where people's life transformed. Maybe not quite overnight, but time passes quickly, and you wake up 10 years later and your city just looks like one big spaceship. That's pretty much what happened here. Okay. Reaction? Have you ever seen something like that?
No, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen kind of something like that. Big open air mall, busy mall. Usually doesn't sound nice. But here, like, seriously, what a concept. So inside regular mall, you have shops, but in the middle, all around it, they built kind of like these islands, a little bit Singapore style, including greenery in the architecture. And like, even though it is probably like around 1 million people like walking around here, I mean, it feels pretty chill, and aesthetically, visually, it's really nice. It's super open. You see all the skyscrapers, the whole city from here. And like I was mentioning before, in terms of prices, like we're in a mall right now, it's also like probably one of the most value to what you get best places. You are as modern as it gets on a global level, but you're paying like maybe, I don't know, my guess would be 60% of anywhere else in the city of that type of development.
And it's Christmas time.
Yeah, Christmas time. Ah, funny. The Thai fusion is in Christmas mode. So yeah, Shenzhen is really onto something. So guys, we see from here, there's like so many different levels. People walk around all over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think we're more or less on the top. And it kind of feels like walking through the city because it's so open, even though you're inside of this mall complex thing. Down there, some boys are playing basketball, the tallest Chinese I've ever seen. They got some of them. And it's actually really cool. People are watching it, nice music pumping, and then you zoom out a little bit and you're in the middle of the city. And it looks like we found a pet shop in the middle of the mall. And seriously, the Chinese people, they know how to find the cutest, nicest cats ever. I think I've seen the most beautiful cats in this country.
Wow.
Here, this one I'll take. Exploring the neighborhood here, obviously much calmer. No of the, there's a capitalist utopia back there. It's like any shop you can find and people buying like there's no tomorrow. Money's being printed around here. What I think is quite cute is they still got like some signs of the old school life, even selling newspapers, magazines, very kind of like business district vibe. And yeah, I'm a big fan of like different architecture. Not to say that this is like very beautiful, but it's quite interesting. Like this tower is super cool. This looks a bit older, has kind of like a hanging bridge on it. Really experimenting with what they're building here. And yeah, overall, just to say, this might be the most futuristic city. I think I've said it in the beginning of the video. Like there's not many cities, especially in Asia. I mean, China obviously in terms of that is leaps ahead. Like Bangkok has a neighborhood like this. Kind of, couple streets, nice and new. But you walk out in life, you know, it's an old city. But here, it's like really within 20 years what they did. But while we're here, I wanted to stay like in the center. We also got a really nice place to stay. And I think that's gonna be the next stop I'm gonna show you. I don't know if this city has 4 seasons because it's pretty much December and it's nice 22 degrees. But they do have a 4th season. Let me show you that place. Okay, let me get my passport out. Okay, you guys, been a couple of stressful weeks, but now it's nice. Checked in. First time staying at the Four Seasons. Very excited. Got a terrace, got a room, got a gym, got a pool. Oh, we made it into the room. Wow, guys, it's absolutely beautiful. You see so much of the city. The evening is probably gonna be even crazier. Four Seasons Hotel, I always wanted to stay. Like, they're really known for just like, it's all about details. Very excited to explore it.
They have lilies. Lilies.
Lilies?
Yeah, they are real.
They're real. So cute.
Crazy. We've got macaroons with panda. With panda. Little panda. Look at this. Welcome to Shenzhen.
Cool. Look at the gates. We're destroying the Chinese wall.
So tasty.
White chocolate? Nice. When there's a wooden cart, you know it's way too fancy. Four Seasons. But they also have an indoor pool, which is super nice, right next to the gym, which I want to do. I haven't worked out in a whole week, so it's nice to be in a place that truly offers everything. And here we are. As you see, the big pointy building I kept showing you all the time is right there. So the location is amazing. In the back, Shenzhen city center. Over here, still very busy. This is where we just walked. It's super nice. It's kind of like their private garden, so you can just walk around here, have a bit of nature for yourself, and then you're pop back in. I think they have like 3-4 restaurants here on the ground. But as always, and I would say Four Seasons is really all about the details. There's nothing over the top. Everything is just right. The symmetry, the aesthetics, the lighting. Like some hotels, you know, they have like huge decorations or something like that. Here, it's very fine art, small little things. There's much more about the colors. Here, I love it. It's kind of like a brown caramel all throughout the hotel. There's like reflections everywhere. Art. I really understand why the Four Seasons is such a name. Staying at 2104. I'm not sure anymore, so don't come looking for me. Let's turn on the light. We're seeing the lights out of the window. I'm gonna show you. And this, basically this building there is just the mall that we walked in. So right behind it is where we walked. The mattress. Guys, seriously, yesterday I lay down, falling asleep pretty much straight away. Wake up just to watch some TV, to enjoy a bit more, to enjoy my time here. Otherwise would pass out right away.
Directions for use.
What are you doing?
To enjoy a
Nothing.
perfect cup of Nespresso coffee every time, we suggest...
I'm trying to turn it off. And so good morning. Right now heading to the main breakfast. The gates. Perfect, let's go. It's truly like a proper, you know, 5-star breakfast. We're starting with pastries at the entrance. They even have like a huge ice cream bar. Guys, look at that. Musang King Durian ice cream, rainbow ice cream with like fruit pieces in there. Seriously, you could easily food coma your way into the day. And so we are rocking out to a different neighborhood. It was super nice here in the center. Maybe gonna come back in the next few days, depending how the other areas feel and everything like that. Let's see. Okay, shame. So this has been super nice overall experience. Super nice to be so central here at the Four Seasons. Honestly, a hotel I always wanted to stay just to kind of see how they do.
5152是吗
Uh-huh.
？OK，5152。
Yes. So ordered a taxi on Alipay. It's actually quite cool. On the Alipay app, they switch between different taxi providers. If you want, you can choose it. You don't need to like download one taxi app. And yeah, today a little bit cold, a little bit gloomy, but still, considering where we just came from, where I just came from, also both of us, it's still warm. So the other area should be, I think, a newer developed district from what I understand. Gonna be also moving to a very exciting hotel. That will be for a different video. So for China, really, after weeks of adventure travel, going out modern. And yes, it is the tallest building. I've looked it up. It's almost like 500 meters tall. So often, you know, often you hear Singapore, city of the future. I don't know, maybe, oh wow, Hong Kong is so futuristic. What place in the West? I don't know what you say about it. I mean, New York looks cool, but honestly, I have to tell you, Shenzhen is unexpectedly what you would expect when you maybe hear Singapore, city of the future. Because Singapore's cool, but it has been built like over 50 years ago. I mean, much more than that, but I mean the infrastructure. And the thing is, Shenzhen right now, we are in one of the youngest cities in China. Spend a couple of days here already. Check out the previous videos. We're basically walking and there is a drone flying there and not somebody getting some nice shots. What is happening there is, it's a delivery. It has boxes on it and it delivers boxes all around here. And for today, I thought what we haven't seen in Shenzhen yet, it's also a little bit the older side. It has been all new and fancy, and I've heard there is a couple of different markets, be it clothing market, something like the biggest electronic market in the world. It's kind of like a neighborhood of electronic markets from what I understood. And yeah, just see a bit more of Shenzhen. Let's find the metro, should be somewhere around here. So this is Shenzhen Bay, one of the newer areas. They're still building some type of huge mall right next to it. And really, I think we'll take you throughout most of the city. At the end of the day, we're going to be going to Guangzhou, neighboring city, even larger, I think a little bit older, or a lot older, who knows. Because pretty much everything you see in Shenzhen has been built pretty much in the last 20 years, including that thing over here. If you come, I would say come on the weekend, because I've seen how sick it lights up. But we were here during the week. And yeah, the noise you're hearing, back there it was a tour group, but that is a huge drone with a box. I actually didn't think I would be filming this neighborhood because I thought it's not quite fully finished yet, but seriously, this is their famous, pretty much iconic new building in this neighborhood, and we're right next to it. Looks super cool here, and honestly today is a Tuesday, but absolute weekend vibes over here, so they're definitely not saving on the decoration, certainly not saving on infrastructure. And yeah, Shenzhen Bay, like basically like a new city center, you could say. Have like fancy stores here, Starbucks Reserve, and yeah, it's really funky, like the decoration they're coming up with here. Like check it out, basically it's probably not here always, but they basically just put up random cats on the street. And quite frankly, we were just walking to the metro, somehow ended up on, looks like, the photo spot, because I'm filming with a little camera and everybody else has a huge rig. So decided to take the subway. It's quite a bit far where we're going, to Old Shenzhen. Usually the most effective one, but for some reason my Alipay didn't work on this machine. Tried it a couple of times, let the lady in front of us go, or like behind us let go first, and then it still didn't work, and then she insisted on buying our ticket, which was nice. Let's make our dishes. Yeah, it's not ours. I'm not sure where we arrived, but we arrived. So from the research that I have done is this whole neighborhood, yes, this looks like the pictures I have checked, is basically one big electronics market. So it's definitely a bit more old school than everything else we've seen in Shenzhen so far. But I like it. Like there's literally a drone flying in the main street. And yeah, we got like Xiaomi here, as you see, tons of different halls. So let's go for a little walk. Let's check out what's going on here. So basically it's like a shopping district. Definitely feels much more old school than everything I've seen in Shenzhen. In some ways it even reminds me of Shanghai, just because like older Chinese big buildings, but really it's just a lot of malls, mostly electronic. So I guess that's where kind of like the famous saying comes from, that everything here is like one big electronics mall. And you see it, even the kiosks, the small kiosks are doing something, phone repairs, but also lots of food, coffee shops.
Pet cafe.
Pet cafe?
Yes.
All right, let's go. They did not lie. It is a never-ending electronic mall. This is one of many we just wandered in here. And you were just asking, like, how do you decide which shop to go to? I don't know, because everybody pretty much sells the same stuff. They have like never-ending phones piled up on each other. And I just opted to check on the Bose headphones. You know, Bose should have superior quality, be ready to pay $200-300 or 90 yuan, which is 15 bucks. So I guess that's how I found out that all these headphones that they sell, 100% there's also licensed shops, you see it, but these little markets, look at that, you can buy a vibrator. Very nice. Yeah, very light massage things. Bose. Let's see. How much are these? How much? Das ist 9. 95. Okay guys, so these are 15 bucks. We know what we need to know. Very cool. Here, you have the originals, huh?
Yeah.
But they feel actually not bad, but you feel they're not real.
Really? Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's go. And so the back street, that's what I love, you know, like real local China. Here's like a chicken stand. Here's kind of like a choose your food type of thing. Not sure. Oh wow, they have the brown eggs. They have, look, fresh, tons of the eggs that we love back there.
Eggs.
What do you think? No. Oh, there we go. So they have golden rice, roasted duck rice. One. So very spontaneously wandered in. Somehow I got like super hungry out of nowhere. Ordered some barbecue pork rice. Looks like nice. So guys, when you're sitting all cozy at home, you're like swerving through Temu or AliExpress and you're seeing these couple of dollar deals, well, this is where they package it up for you. Around the corner, it's manufactured. So here, very local market, and it's pretty much the source of so much of technology. And the thing is, on the ground, actually, they don't sell it as cheap as you would expect. Usually you can still get it more cheaper online because, you know, people, that's how they do their business here on the ground. If it's like end to consumer, but yeah, pretty cool. Nice local, the most kind of like old school area I've seen in Shenzhen so far. Here's a huge food court. And yeah, that's that. Here, look at it. For a couple yuan, you can get here all kinds of baked stuff. Wow, guys, now that is interesting. So, like I told you before, DJI, the main global drone manufacturer, is from Shenzhen. Well, looks like on the ground they were having some type of competition. Very interesting. Hello. So the Pihot drone. Pihot, is that how you say it? Pihot? Yeah. And the funny thing is, it says drone wholesale center, and right under it in Russian, Optovый центр дронов. You see that? So it looks like they have some Some Russian-speaking customers. What is the best one you have? What is the best one? Best one, yeah. Like, what is the flagship? You'll say this one, yeah? So basically the price for this drone is 2,200.
I can give you wholesale price.
So that is like $300 or something for
Wholesale price. Yeah.
Feels not bad at all. Feels kind of like a maybe Mavic Air back in the day type of thing.
Camera 4K.
4K? 4K 30, 60 frames? 60 or 4K 60? Yeah, looks like they have a lot of competition here in Shenzhen. Here's the Yuhang drone. But they all look like, honestly, like toys compared to DJI. And also the price is like that. But yeah, lots and lots of different. This is the He. And look, he's flying in here right in the shop. Taking it for a little spin. There it is. And honestly, the boxes look very similar to DJI, but you can tell. You can also tell they're crazy about their drones, and that is probably why they let you fly. They let you fly quite easily around the city. So yeah, lots of headphones, like we said before. They all sell more or less the same stuff. Nice looking power banks actually though. Funny, with an Apple logo on it. How much for one like that? 50? Wow guys, 50 yuan, that's like $8. Not bad actually. Not bad at all. With a lightning cable.
Yes.
Just looking around. I don't need cheap tech, but it is interesting. It's really interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely not buying anything original here. Let's get out. You found the fun stuff area?
Yes, fun stuff. Next area.
There's like an Apple power bank for $8. Yeah. Just not interested. Yeah, it's colorful. And of course, we did find the DJI store right next to it. And wow, they're selling like some solid consumer drones here. Inspire 3 just casually in the store. Everything you could think of from DJI they have on deck. I'm actually thinking to buy the Action 5 right now. Where is it? Is that it? Right here. I heard a bit better low light, so we might get into it. So very, I would say, funky neighborhood. If you're curious about like different electronics, like you've seen, of course they have all the official stores as well. But I think that's kind of like a nice added bonus if you're looking probably for some little parts. You can definitely get good deals here. So they're not trying to scam you with their $15 or $7 Apple power bank. They're giving you the real low price. And just walking to the DJI store, saw the Action 5. It looks really good. But from what I know is there's some type of flagship store. Let's say, should be cool, should be fancy, should be interesting. As DJI has their headquarters here, development, everything, production happens in Shenzhen. I thought let's make it a bit symbolic, pick something up, if we can make it to the store by the end of the day, because it's in a little bit of a different neighborhood, their flagship store. But yeah, interesting to catch some like a bit more old school vibes, but old school in the sense that for any other city it would be like very futuristic, but it's the futuristic China of like 20-30 years ago, if you compare it to the new Shenzhen. But still cool, actually cooler than I expected. Can I take a look? Can I take a look? No? You're closed? Alright guys, I just wanted to look at these faces, very funky. Alright, okay, thank you. No, thank you. Clean shoes.
Excuse me.
Hello.
May I make a short interview with you, please? Are you doing business here or just for tourism?
Both business tourism, yes.
Oh, okay. So, biggest wholesale market of the electronics, smartphone, mobile phones, related accessories. So, how do you know about this market?
I read about it on the internet.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Bye bye.
Hope you all the best success.
To you too. All right.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you. Ooh. So, we agreed to an interview and it started to go real hard. Another guy joined the chat and he's already, like, he was separate from them. I realized that. He's like coming to attach a microphone to me while I'm speaking. I'm like, no.
I have it all.
Oh my goodness. Was I very harsh?
No, he was very sweet. He was charming, everybody. And the other girl, Jane, joined at the end also. You haven't noticed her.
I don't know, like I'm always like, if I don't want something to happen, I have no problem to like break it off or anything. But then I feel bad because I'm like, oh, fuck off with your microphone. I'm sorry, I'm kind of short on time. yeah. But funny, the other guy, he spoke even better English. Yeah. But what we got from it, they're doing some kind of like street interviews, talking to people, and I'm just like playing around a little bit. What's your product? I'm like, me. I'm the one product. Guys, what she said is what I've heard, but she, let's say, articulated it a bit more in depth. It's the biggest wholesale market of electronics in the world that we're basically walking through. That's what you were asking. Why is there kind of like a lot of like foreigners, like people come here basically to make business connection, make supply chains for their whatever it might be, you know, like especially with like a bit more cheaper products. I think some countries where like DJI maybe is like expensive product, you have like more local drones or like more like cheaper manufacturers. So people come here, get the contacts, and then flood their countries with whatever products they find here. But at the same time, the flagship products of China, they're actually really good. Like the top Huawei phones, top Vivo phones. I actually want to get the flip phone from Huawei, the one that's foldable. And then I checked the price is $2,000. I'm like, yeah, maybe. So yeah, going to the subway right now. Pretty much getting dark while we were interviewing there. Man, the old timers, the old Chinese men, they're just like old Slavic men, right?
Yeah.
They're just like sick in the mouth. They just need some sunflower seeds, you know, to top it off. And they do that too as well here. So this is kind of like the entrance. It's a very cool vibe overall. Very interesting energy, let's say like that. Does you? No? Nie, nie nasz. Wow, Slish. Instead of subway, we got business now. Yeah, but yes. And so we are riding out. Pretty nice actually. We got some type of bus with like proper seats. We're like first class VIP here. And very, very different neighborhood, definitely. In some ways reminds me a bit of Shanghai in some parts, in some ways of Bangkok even. Like a little bit older, but still very nice. Guys, I came to a place I wanted to go for over 6 years. I've been one time in China before, like before this year. I've been in Shanghai this year. Been to quite a lot of places by now, but back in the day in 2018 I crossed the border. Maybe I'll tell you that story a bit more. And I wanted to come here to go to the DJI store, and it's actually like a pretty cool like big village, very nice fashionable stores, cafes, tea houses. And this is a Huawei store right now, and as you see, Huawei has their own cars. This is their cars, you know, they make cars as well. It's crazy. And super nice store, kind of like Apple inspired the store, I would say. And it's pretty much the Apple of China. Guys, this is not heaven, or maybe it is. So this is the DJI Shenzhen flagship store. I think it's been around for many years, because like I said, when I was 6 years ago here, I knew already it existed. And wow, very nice architecture overall. Hello, how are you? So pretty much looks like we do have all we need. This is what I'm here for in town. Wow, crazy, huh? Super nice architecture basically, and they have all the different products basically. Wow, they even have the action too, I remember back in the day. So me, I've always sticked with GoPro, but honestly, from what I hear, the new DJI just blows it out of the water. and I want to test it out. And what better place to do than, let's say, the home. Wow, like this is, you don't usually find in a regular DJI store. You have huge stabilizers, all their different equipment, and we see the little friend, or the big friend, let's say, that we saw flying over the Ruffles Hotel. It probably was this one.
Wow.
Yeah, delivery drones. That's exactly what we saw happening. So basically up to 30 kilo, like it says, even has a camera on it, so in case you want to get some cinematics while you're delivering 30 kilo of goods. Now that's what I call some propellers right here. Wild. This is what I was trying to avoid to crash into. And here's pretty much the history of DJI. Really cool. So yeah, going all the way back, this is what they started with. Just random stuff, God knows what that is. Here's the first Phantom. I remember back then it was like, oh my god, you have a DJI Phantom. Basically the quality is worse than on a Mini that came out 5-8 years later. Here's their first Osmo Action. Looks absolute crap. Looks like 2010, maybe 15 probably it came out. Back then it was great. Then the Action 3. I used to have this one, the stabilizer. Didn't like it that much, sold it. Bought a new DJI stabilizer. So then I had this drone, I had this drone, I had this drone. I don't see the Spark that I crashed in Singapore. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, basically this is their commercial drones for like commercial work. Basically Mavic 3 Enterprise, tons of lenses on it. God knows for what you need all of that, but yeah, very, very cool. This is right now pretty much the flagships. Me personally, I think the Mini 4 Pro is absolutely amazing. The quality you get from that is crazy. Maybe not as good as the big one, but still, considering, especially under 250 grams here in China, they let you fly almost anywhere other than no-fly zones. If you're heavier, you have to register. And yeah, here's the regular stuff that is currently being sold. Actually, this is the stabilizer, the Mobile 6 that I got myself recently for this trip, and now I would say let's get the Action 5. Why not? I would like to buy the Action 5 Pro.
Yes.
Yes, one.
One.
Mm-hmm.
This is a combo and
A regular. So really cool. Oh wow, thank you. Get some purified drink. It's just like proper here store experience. No, for me it's just like cool. I probably could get it for like maybe 20-30 bucks cheaper if I get it online, but it's nice, you know. Been around, traveled around a lot. And genuinely, equipment doesn't matter that much. Like this is gonna give me a little upgrade, better low light, great, but I'm almost buying it as a little symbolic purchase right now. The drone I bought in Kuala Lumpur a couple months ago, new Mini 4 Pro, and yeah, there's shots of the business building, shot of DJI. Just a big fan of the company. I think they're doing great work, and they're the leader by far for a reason. It looks like they killed GoPro for now. That's what it looks like.
battery.
What? So the first clip on the Action 5 Pro. No idea. On the screen it looks interesting. I have no idea. I've never had DJI footage on an action camera, but we're gonna find out. So, Shay, thank you. Look what we got here. That little nail. Funky. I was actually considering to buy this one as well, but I think the Mini 4 Pro, much better quality. That's cool. Cool concept. Alrighty guys, so we're popping out right now of the DJI store, filming on the DJI Pocket 5. There's a lot of questions. How is the audio gonna be? How is it gonna be looking even though it's fairly dark? It looks pretty good so far. Who knows? But also we need to get to a different city tonight. But before we're gonna do that, there's one more market I want to show you. It's the famous, infamous Lowo fake market, replica market. One of the few places one of the only places I visited in China 6 years ago. Even though I wanted to be here, I ended up there. Let me tell you that story and show you another kind of market here in Shenzhen. Guys, we are at the Luo, something like that market. I should have known because I've been here 6 years ago and I was approached similar like this man is trying to do right now. But back then it was an old man. It is a very modern city, but some old-timers are not doing the best. It is what it is. My brother is gonna help me out for a commission. I'm about to get ripped up to the ground. And huh? Yes, very broken, very messed up. Yes, I agree. Very dirty. Not good. What was it there? So guys, I am just looking potentially for a pair of sneakers just to get something quickly. The thing is, the Shenzhen market here is known for having really good quality. The prices honestly are not low, like you would think. You're right at the source, but from my experience here from 6 years ago is that, but many people say, you know, it's quite funky. They produce originals a lot around here, and of course they also produce replicas. And for me, all right, let's see, what does the brother have? Of course I would usually like to have an original, but right now I just need something. Wow, they're gonna give me some Gucci, some Louis. Perfect, I'll take a look, thank you. Oh, the loafers actually look not bad at all. Look at that, some nice. I like the fat sole though. We found it. We have spotted it. Wow, they even have it in black. And guys, I have to tell you, the quality is in this. Let's tell them it's very bad. The quality is not that good.
Really?
Yeah, шучу, yeah. How much you want for this one?
400.
Let me see, how much is 400? Nah, 400 is too much. I'm on 260. I'll look around, yes.
270.
I said 270, well then I stick with 270. Last 270.
You buy how many pair?
One.
280.
I buy 2 shoes, 1 pair. 270, you good?
280. What size you need?
This one's for cool people, no? You say for old men, this one?
Old men.
I think it's fashion, it's good.
No, this is fashion.
This is fashion? Ah, what do you think? She's maybe right, she said this one's for old men. I mean, she's onto something.
Yeah.
But in Germany they wear this, and this is for homeless men, so... I will... I like you, so maybe I'll come back, I'll think about it. This one you have sizes?
Yeah, I have sizes.
Okay. Okay.
Now
If I don't find it, I'll come back and we will talk. If I don't find, I want old man shoe. Okay. Funny, huh? This is negotiations here. 43. Do you have sizes on these? Do you have 42? What do you think?
This is a good quality one. You know, you can feel it's comfortable.
Well, I feel it's the same shoe, but yeah, okay. 400 is too much. Thank you.
How much the best price?
260.
No, 260 only for the baby one.
260 for the baby one? Do you want the baby one?
Yeah, do you want the baby one?
All right, let's go. 270.
350.
Yeah.
This is very cheap.
It's going down to 80.
Из кроссовок? Из кроссовок?
There is anything. But more. Could have probably paid the homeless guy with Alipay. Seriously, I'm still thinking about him. Should I buy him a bun?
Yeah, taking a video.
Okay, you have it?
Okay, yes. Thank you.
Impressions of a bit more local China?
Still cool. Still very fun, very different, super unique.
It's like your first proper day today, right?
Yes.
Yesterday we just arrived.
Yes.
And different in Hong Kong, right?
So different.
Yeah. Today I want to take you with me to one of the best hotels in all of China. From From the restaurant to some of the highest rooftop bars in the country, the pool and everything else, the question is it worth the $500 a night price tag? Welcome to the future in China. Seriously, I am right now in a different district in Shenzhen, one of the youngest city in all of China. Let's say the innovation hub of the country. A lot of things are being made here. There's a lot of development also on the ground obviously happening. So today I want to take you along. On the one side we're starting it in the park, but I want to take you on probably one of the best, if not the best, city hotel experience of all time. I just checked into this one right there, the Raffles Hotel. I've never stayed at a Raffles before. It's a Singaporean chain, and I gotta tell you, from the room to the rooftop on the 71st floor, the views are incredible. You're about to see it, but I wanted to get out and see a little bit, get a little bit of an idea of what this neighborhood is about. So I would say, let's get into Raffles. So my friends, we are coming into the Raffles. This is just the entrance area actually. We need to go all the way up to the 34th floor to see more of it. Thank you. 33rd. The ears. Woo. Okay, so this is basically the lobby. Also the music throughout the whole hotel, the ambience. So we're seeing the tower you earlier saw downstairs. This is where you do the check-in when you arrive. And there's like pretty much art all throughout the hotel. Some is a bit more abstract. Here's kind of like furniture. I guess those are, I think those are different Raffles hotels. So like I said, it's actually from Singapore. The first one is at the main square. I've seen it, the very first place I've actually traveled in Asia was. And there's like Raffles everything, Raffles Place, so it's a... And here is the lobby. So I said, let's go up. Let me take you to the room first, and then, before it gets completely dark, together with the lights, they have a bar on the 71st floor. And so here we are, and just the hallways already, so much decoration. That's what we were earlier talking about. Like here's some books, a horse, all the way in the corner. That's us, right?
Yes.
4523. I'm like, I'm gonna call in later when it's time for checkout. I'm like, can we have a late checkout? They're like, yeah, sure. What time? I'm like, 2027, if possible. Look at their carts. Wooden, nice ruffles on it, nice and blue. So the room. Earlier when I came in, I've already got a couple of shots. And I was like, is this the sickest room that I've ever seen? It must be. And I'll think about it. Like, let's say address Skyview Dubai. Somewhat similar, even the energy, a lot of glass, but I don't know what it is. From here, you're just seeing so much so far. You see all the development of Shenzhen Bay. Super nice. They set up for you some raspberries, some blueberries, as you see already had some of them. The bed facing the skyline. The TV is playing this epic music, which definitely adds to the ambience when you first come in.
Wardrobe.
Hobbit room. And here's like table, working area. Another way to set myself up here. So I'm gonna be here for 2 days, and I'm gonna take you through all of it. So I think I'm gonna show you right now some shots during daytime. Earlier when we checked in, it looked obviously a little bit more impressive because now it's slowly starting to get dark. I would say it's time to soon also make our way upstairs because the night view, I think a lot of things will light up here. But that's not it. That's not it, guys. I don't know. You said this is the highlight, right?
Yes.
I mean, you judge yourself. So 2 people shower. The toilet is greeting me over there, opening up when you roll up. And this bathtub, I would say, is truly something. We're so high up, you don't need to hide here. And basically, you got a bathtub kind of like a lounge even. They have some snacks here on the side. Some perfect, thank you. Some bruschetta, and we got this super nice seat in the corner. We're at the Ruffles, and I think I mentioned it before. The first one was in Singapore, and in Singapore the biggest drink is the Singapore Sling. I had it many years ago in some Singapore hotel. I don't even remember what it is anymore. But here we're gonna be having the Shenzhen Sling. Let's sling it.
Never heard about it. You told me this story.
Do you have also other cocktails? What kind of cocktails do you have? Singapore Sling, Shenzhen Sling, yes, something else?
We also have some like passion fruit sling and the berry sling.
Should we do passion fruit sling? One? Ah, perfect. Thank you. The bar itself must be the most spaced out futuristic bar I've ever seen. I've been to a couple of rooftop bars like that, but this one, both highest as well as like is very tasteful while being modern, which I think is quite hard to do. And they're serving. Here it says Singapore Sling, on the other side Ruffles, but this is a Shenzhen Sling. Pretty good. Very like tropical, I would say. Lychee, pineapple.
Singapore Sling.
Sling it.
I like it better than Shenzhen.
How is it? Is it sweet?
It's sweeter, much sweeter. It's
Let
like.
me try. Let me remember. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah?
What is it? Rum? I have no idea. Yeah. Nice. I don't want to see production.
Oh my god.
Are we on the right floor?
Yeah.
Don't give this one any alcohol. And the next stop for today is the Japanese restaurant. Decided to go for that one. It just looked visually really cool. Super nice lights. You have these like chairs, and they just brought the appetizer right away the moment we walked in. And we're looking at some type of snail.
I got
Potato.
it.
You got the snail out?
Yes.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Try it. How is it?
Very good. Much better than escargot.
What is escargot?
It's French snails.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't try the French snails. Asparagus vegetable salad coming. Sashimi, steamed egg with seafood. Teapot soup, tempura, wagyu beef, asparagus, steamed rice with cherry shrimp, and some fruit. So you know what that means? No sushi.
No sushi.
No sushi.
Sashimi, but
No sushi. It is what it is. Very nice.
Australian lobster.
Okay.
With the wasabi, lemon.
Perfect. Wasabi with everything, or wasabi is for lobster?
Up to you then, because the breast and the lobster and little bit soya sauce. The sea urchin maybe little bit in the hand. And one time you try the pasting, and second time you can push the wasabi and the soya.
Okay, perfect.
okay.
Enjoy this.
Thank you. Wow, chef is a boss. So we're at the Japanese restaurant. We got some crab, we got some sea urchin. Basically, the Japanese chef. Wow.
you know it's raw. Sashimi means raw.
And this is truly something I've been waiting for. I almost gave my hopes up because, you know, this time of the year to have a full sunny day. Got lucky, got lucky. You see so much from here. You even see Hong Kong far in the far. Actually only like half a minute drive on their highway bridge. But really the coolest thing is we're seeing all of Shenzhen. The city's kind of like very long, built all by the coast. And let's go check it out from the very top. How about that? So, helipad. And you know, when we checked in, they told us about there are 72 floors officially, and one of those is a helipad, so you can fly in with a helicopter. That is unfortunately not on the menu today, but maybe we can get up there and take a look. Is this music from a movie?
Yes, it's from
Yeah, it is. Funny, huh? Yeah. to the top of the Raffles building. So they have their own helicopter landing pad, and wow, from here, oof, you can see as far as you can imagine. Like pretty much we're seeing half of Hong Kong from over here. That's all of this in the back is all Hong Kong already. There's the bridge connecting us, and this is all of Shenzhen basically. There's the bamboo building. It's a little bit taller than us. I think we're the second tallest building in here, and then the tallest one in all of Shenzhen is the business one, the business Ping An, something like that. But yeah, crazy view. And from here you truly, this is the highest we've ever seen Shenzhen. From here you can really tell why on the map it looks so green, because surprisingly, even though it's such a concrete jungle, it feels actually much more green than Hong Kong overall. And you see parks everywhere surrounded by green mountains. Yes, you have these like super ultra developed neighborhoods, but in between still so much greenery. Crazy. Adventure. So this is a little miniature version of where we are at right now. So this is the 72nd floor, in case you fly in here in a helicopter. That's where you're gonna be. So yeah, truly one of the nicest views so far out. So new, scenery you've never really seen, at least me. And here I've knew that the first Raffles was in Singapore. I walked by it many times. Singapore was the first country in Asia I was in 2017, I believe. And this building I walked by, so I was like, I'm sure it's an old hotel. It's probably like 50 years. Look at that, guys. Raffles since 1887. First one, legendary place. And here's the other locations. 97, the one in Dubai I actually walked through once. Oop. And then interesting 2010, 11, 12, and all the way up to Raffles Shenzhen, one of the newest ones, 2019. Heading to the breakfast right now. Very excited for that one, I gotta say. Yesterday I already walked through it. It looks pretty large, and pretty much everything in this hotel happens at least 30 floors up. So the gym is on the 33rd. If you took a look, you have not seen it yet, trust me. Oof. But for a breakfast, good morning.
4523. 4523.
So for a breakfast place, this looks like a Michelin restaurant. My goodness. It's basically wandering in, and as you see, the decoration, the view.
Yeah, we'll look around.
We'll look around, but I think this is pretty good actually.
Yeah, we can leave our bag.
Yeah, let's leave the bag there. So what I love about it, this old breakfast kind of like concentrated in one site. Look at that. Here you got a proper dim sum corner. Oh, that's your place, huh? Black one, never seen that. And the seating is kind of like on the side, a little bit separate, so only if people come to the breakfast. So it stays kind of like nice and not too crowded. Look at that. Ooh, honey melon juice. You got some super healthy mixed vegetable in these fancy bottles, huh?
Wow.
I'm gonna grab the carrot juice. Oh. So here, the man is literally busy with the, hello, hamon, pork hamon, interesting. So he's kind of like a fruit bar. Wow, fresh passion fruit, that looks quality. And that has to be the first thing I've noticed when we checked into the room. They had some berries, and you know, like it's really fine nuances with hotels in the sense that like I'm probably sound like way too fancy right now, but it's like the very small details in terms of how they arrange things, and of course like the quality. And here, I mean, we are a mainland. I don't know what is in season right now necessarily here, because we're like in the mid-tropical climate. Like this is as cold as it gets here. Pretty much December, 20 degrees. But the quality of fruits and everything else, I'm sure some is exported, some is local. but all of it is just top notch. So this is the breakfast. I think dinner buffet might be here as well. Oof. So one of the best, huh?
Wow, one of the best.
Yeah. Actually, maybe let's sit in the back there. What do you think? Check it out. We begin le breakfast. Seriously, one of the best buffets, no doubt about it. Like in terms of especially local food. Here is some kind of dumpling that I keep ripping apart. So dim sum, everything tastes really, really good. Nice ambience. I got a beef soup. Nice fruits. Brought us a coffee. Pink dragon. Lisa's gonna lose her chicken feet virginity.
I don't want to try it.
That's why you should try it.
No, I don't. Nah.
There's bone. You cannot bite it. You need to like suck it off. Does it taste good? Tastes good, huh?
Interesting, but nah. No, no taste.
And what is also really interesting is the mall right next to the Raffles. In some ways it's kind of like a artsy museum. Like there's a couple of regular cafes, but mostly it's kind of like some type of art galleries, really modern art. And very modern art, I would say, would be the McLarens here. You basically can pop in, pick up a McLaren or a Rolls Royce. Look at that, wow. Purple McLaren and a silver one. Take a look. Hello. Just want to take a little look? Want to take a little... Not sure what that is, but it looks very, very fancy.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so hitting off a little workout here right now. We are on the 33rd floor, one under the lobby, and I mean, I love when a hotel just uses their space and puts the hotel up with a nice view. So basically here, you're standing on the treadmill and you're overlooking Shenzhen. Back there, the city center, like I told you here. The area slowly, sun is setting. But yesterday was actually really busy. Today, Monday, so pretty quiet for the last half an hour. I'm pretty much all by myself. So nice layout, lots of daylight. And the pool is supposed to be on the same floor as well. So let's check it out after. So the changing room for the pool? So we are here in the changing room for the pool. Pretty nice. What they got here is, I think, steam room and sauna. Let's check it out. So basically, steam room looks like it's quiet right now. Sauna looks something like this. Ooh, operating and hot. Pretty nice small room. Let's check it out. Basically, the pool here is indoors, which, considering Shenzhen is quite hot most of the year. Oh man, there's a shower when you come in. What the hell? Oh. Let's see. What is happening here?
Some champagne party.
Yeah, so we were not sure if it's happy hour or if it's complimentary drinks for guests, but looks like there's like a little buffet set up, the one I showed you yesterday, and we very rarely drink. I think we haven't drank in like 2 months, nothing. So we thought, hey, couple of days. Yeah, why not?
Want some?
Yeah, of course. Final call, like I promised, I'll take you along on the full experience. Mostly stayed in, got the gym, got the pool. Really little staycation. Seriously, already like just walking through the floor of the top bar and I'm like, where am I? Especially after that Singapore sling gives you a little kick. Seriously, very like immersive setting, let's say it like that. And for today, we're gonna do the dinner buffet. I'm a big fan of buffet. You don't have to wait for your food. You don't have to make hard choices. Let's go in. You go. Come. Hello. For the dinner buffet?
Yes. Let's meet you at the table.
So basically where we had breakfast, but the food should be quite different. And I smell it already. I'm smelling crab. We're on to something. Look at that, guys. That is how the dinner buffet looks, as expected. Lots of seafood. We're by the sea. Wow. We got lamb, we got mussels. So this is their dinner buffet. Super nice. Pretty much like breakfast, but just a bit better. Here, this seafood station. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of seafood. That is seafood overload. That is what it is. And it looks like it's busy, it's popular. Wow. Well, we got a table. So good evening. Now that you have purged the seafood section, I would like to invite you to some Petite Rosière Cape Wine 2023.
Wow, amazing.
So basically, like in so many hotels, guys, the dinner buffet. Sometimes, you know, I've heard of many hyped buffets. Then I've been there, like in Kuala Lumpur. I remember somebody was saying one of the best buffets. It was good. But this, together with Hong Kong, is my top 2 seafood buffets because you have crab unlimited. I don't even like crab that much, but if you have it, you go for it. And yeah, basically lamb, seafood, 2 of my favorite things. And me and Lisa are gonna be boozing a bit tonight. So I'll get a couple of shots for you, and we'll see each other tomorrow. And they bring you some real caviar.
This one is real, this one is hybrid.
Salty little balls. Very nice. Always a bit of a bittersweet moment. Leaving knowing you're going to a new place. But when the place you're leaving looks like that, you're like, hey, can I have a late checkout? One more day, half a day in Shenzhen, then going to another city. But let's talk about this whole experience. Let me give you a little review. It's always a bit crazy not to forget anything, but we're gonna store the luggage here probably and go for a walk. Let's go. Oh, nice Ruffles bag. Took the drinks from the minibars, I see. It's free, huh? Nice. All right, I think we're good to go.
Checked in, we saw that you kind of like the pants.
I did, yeah. So I already have to, but these look even nicer. Wow. Yes. So just walked out, and you know, with these luxury places, I've been doing that for a good couple of years now. Back then, when the channel started to grow, I was like, oh, you know, there's like a different, let's say, way to travel. And sometimes, you know, you stay at the hotel of this, let's say, category, and you're like, there's nothing that much new. Nice rooms, maybe nice bars, but you're like, okay, it's a good option to stay, but it's not like an experience. But the Ruffles here, that was like entering a different world, a world that is like 20-30 years ahead, just with all this symmetry, the panoramic views, what you're seeing out of the window. Like I said, this part of Shenzhen is actually, I would say, finishing construction right now, so you still see there's a couple of other big complexes coming, even though already now. And walking out first time during sunshine like that, you're like, wow, this is even more impressive. And just to speak about the Ruffles, what it made it really special is not just, let's say, the architecture, all the furniture, the food quality, I have to say, was one of the best of all time. From the fruits to the meats to the seafood, everything was just so on point. Like, we couldn't find anything that wasn't like just wow, really. So that is really something to mention, because there's many places in a similar price category. As you can imagine, Ruffles there, I think it starts at like 300-400, depending on season. But the other thing is also the very fine details. Like, we're in China, and here, let's say, Shenzhen international travel is quite common. A lot of people come here for different business, manufacturing from all over the world, really. but still, like, you know, in terms of service, the language, English is let's say at other hotels a bit hard sometimes for the workers, and with that you're like, hey, how's the service gonna be? And you gotta say, here even most people spoke with English. They even had a couple of international workers, but it's much more beyond that. Like, I dropped my drink when we were on the roof, and she's like, oh, we can get you a new drink. I'm like, don't worry about it. I come to the room, same drink is on the table. We walk out, and I always like to take a little pen from the hotels I stay. Some pens are like boring, regular, I don't take them. This Ruffles pen looked amazing, so I took one, maybe two. And then I walk out and they give me this little gift box pens, and you know, it's like the small little details. They really pay attention to you, and that is really, let's walk over there. That is really what, let's say, makes the fine differences, that you really feel kind of like taken care of. And the Japanese restaurant, I think I haven't talked about. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of, like, let's say, especially when you're hungry, you're doing like fine dining, it's kind of like small pieces. But there, like the soup, everything really we had was really good. So one of the few times where I gotta say there's nothing I would have changed about the hotel, you know what I mean? Usually always like, wow, everything is perfect, but let's say the dinner buffet or the gym or the pool or something was where you were like, if you would have put this there or here, because everything is so high up. Absolute game changer, this hotel. Ruffles, never stayed before, always heard about them. There's not that many of them. Asia has, like, I would say around 10 Ruffles, and then like maybe 2, 3 in Europe, 1 or 2 in the US. And yeah, truly was fun covering it today. So that is that. We got the luggage, and theoretically the plan was, boom, get into a taxi, go to the train station. But for the last 2 days there was no light show. Buildings were not lit. It was quite, still looked nice during the day, but in the evening not much going on. The day we're leaving, everything is going crazy, and I cannot help myself, but I have to get out my other DJI friend and give you an idea, and hopefully not miss the last train for today because of it. But you will find that out by the end of the day. Enjoy the shots. Well, my friends, I think this is where today's little adventure is gonna finish, because a new one is starting. Made it into the Shenzhen train station. As always, it's like a freaking airport, and a good airport, not a small one, a pretty huge one, where you still need to figure out where the gate is to get on the train. But with that, we're gonna be going into a new city. So this China series, I think, is very special. It's in very different regions of China, so make sure to check out the previous videos. But for now, the next stop, the goal is Guangzhou tonight. Maybe I'll take you along for a couple more shots, but other than that, join me on Instagram to see where I am right now. And I'm excited. Shenzhen was absolutely epic. In many ways, much cooler than I expected. And so, next stop, the city of Guangzhou. So this has been the full Shenzhen experience, shot over a week that I have spent in this city. Overall, I would say it's very interesting to visit if you're into modern landscapes. You want to see a big and fairly young city that has been growing like crazy really in just the last 10-20 years. Generally, if you're interested to see more of China, on my channel you will find videos from Shanghai, Guangzhou, a couple more cities that are a bit lesser known. In the last year I visited 3 times and I see myself coming back. So let me know your thoughts on the city, let me know your thoughts generally on traveling China if you have been to any of these places before. And with that, as always, you got a world to see.